welcome to my podcast. This is At This Point I Don't Know, and I'm your host, Kyra. And my special guest today is Cerina. Introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Cerina in Florida.
Yes, a Floridian, not at birth, just at 3 years ago, maybe two.
Yeah.
So, how's Florida? How's your life?
It's good. There was a hurricane, mini hurricane, yesterday, day before. So
Did
we're
you
just
see that
recovering.
video?
What video?
A video of like a big crocodile or alligator coming out of
Oh yeah,
somewhere.
I did see that. I saw it on TikTok last night. That's an everyday thing.
I thought it was CGI, and then people kept saying
No,
it was
I see that
real.
like every day. I was driving, I was pulling into my complex maybe last week, 2 weeks ago, and there was just an alligator just crossing.
That's scary, is it not? Like, I don't get it. Why do y'all stay
I
there?
mean, I mean, yeah, but you just get used to it.
It's a swamp. Leave
No,
Florida.
literally. We'll be underwater in a few years. It's fine.
That's not okay. It's dangerous. So, I've chosen you today as my guest because we are literally polar opposites. It's amazing. For those of
True, you're
you
not wrong.
who don't know, we went to the same high school all 4 years, but we didn't meet until senior year. And it was one class, and we could only really rely on each other because nobody was doing anything. And that's how
Yeah,
life works. And we had mutual friends, even though we didn't know each other. She's white. I'm not white. I could be. My last name is Hudson. The river, Henry Hudson. Who knows? Could have been a previous slave owner. But what else? We both like stupid things, like guys and wrestling and drama. It's just,
yeah,
it's everything. So today, our conversation is going to be about relationships, love, family, and friends. So, don't feel like you're on blast. Bleep out, censor words, just in case someone's listening. You never know.
yeah. We'll work on that.
Today's episode is brought to you by Mott's Applesauce. It's not, but I'm hungry as hell. So I will be eating it in between. So my first question is, are you insecure or secure in your relationships? Whether it's family or friends or love. I think I'm insecure in my family relationships because they just don't understand the kid. Like, I'm too much for this family?
Yeah, you are a lot.
I'm a lot, but like,
But like that's not a bad thing because I'm a lot too.
what would people do without me? They'd be bored. Period.
Right. You keep things entertaining.
I almost
Um,
dropped the whole iPad. Keep going.
I would say like my in regards to like my family and like my friends, I would say I'm pretty secure. Like I would say relationships, I'm more like insecure.
What do you think makes you secure in those like family and friends relationships? The type of people they are, or just together your mutual
Just
connection?
just yeah, I would say like just like the connections. Like I'm not like with my friends, I'm so extremely comfortable and I don't like feel the need to like be someone else, if that makes sense. Like I'm just like, I know they'll accept me for who I am and I don't have to like, you know, be somebody I'm not with them, if that
I
makes
feel
sense.
you. Same. It's weird because high school was messy, so we were
Mm,
like dropping friends left and right. But
hmm.
now it's like when you're not in an environment that's forcing you to talk to people, you can really like pick and choose who you want to be around all the time and who you want to talk to, and it's just
Yeah.
comfortable. Like I would have never imagined this. Obviously, you and me like being friends like so long after,
Yeah.
but I don't regret it. Obviously, like it's a
Yeah.
strong and
You
real
can't get rid of
bond.
it.
I can't even when I want to. Sometimes I get my like monthly drunk calls from Cerina. I'm like, should I answer this? Am I prepared for this today? How do I feel? And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna answer it just in case she dies. I would know where she was, and I could call 911 from New York City. You know?
I appreciate
I feel
it.
responsible. I'm the designated driver, even though I can't drive and I'm in another state. The designated caller. It makes
There
me
you go.
happy.
DC.
Now, insecure in love. Isn't
Mm.
that weird? That's another way we're polar opposites because I'm always giving you advice to just go for it. And you're like, I'm going to plan this out and do it step by step. And I just like, I
Okay.
can't.
I'm really bad with that. Like I always have to have a plan, like with everything. And I'm too like I'm not a go with the flow person.
Like, I get
Like I
the
need to
plan.
like be in control. Like I'm very controlling.
I get the plan, but I think it would be easier if you had like short plans. Because
Yeah,
sometimes
all my plans are long term.
like I could imagine how you do it. You're just like, maybe if I say hi to him tomorrow in like 5 years, we'll have a baby. And I was like, what? How can you plan that far ahead? Moment by
I don't
moment.
know.
Let's say when I got my first boyfriend, first of all, I wasn't even worried about boys until like the end of high school. Like I could
Yeah.
not focus. It didn't work for me. I was like, I didn't even care about school, so I really had no distractions. It wasn't
Me
like
right now.
it'd be like that. It wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna ignore boys so I can focus on school. It was like I'm gonna ignore boys and school so I can focus on what I'm gonna eat for dinner. Cause that was the vibes at the time. But like even when I got my first boyfriend, I was very straightforward. I was just like, hey, what you doing? I plotted. To be honest, I planned like you. Even though I didn't know you yet, I feel like I got that strength from you. Because I was like, if I say hi to him now, let's see where we are a month from now. And it pretty much worked out. I mean, obviously, I'm not with that person, but it worked out
Yeah.
in the moment. So I go for it. How was your first boyfriend or first relationship? I don't know if you're a lesbian as of now.
No. It didn't work out. It sucked. Broke my
Getting him
heart.
though?
Oh, it was a roller coaster getting him.
Was it planned out or was it just like ooh,
Um,
I'll go for this today? I guess you can start
um,
over.
okay, yeah. So the first time I invited him over, um, I had like a plan of like how I wanted the night to go, and it did not go the way that I was expecting it. It went the complete opposite, but it's fine because it worked in my favor. And then like after like we first hung out when he came over, I found myself chasing him.
No.
Yeah, and then I wasn't getting anything in return. So then I kind of just decided I was like, okay, if he's not going to give me anything to work with, if he's just going to like, you know,
Mhm.
not be there as like I'm there for him, we're just going to stop. So I noticed the second that I stopped chasing him, that's when he started chasing me.
It be like that because men are stupid. Period.
Yeah, like the second I stopped like giving him the attention and like texting him all the time and asking him like trying to make plans with him, that's when he was like, "Oh, she's not
Where are
interested."
you? Come back. Feed into my
That's
ego.
when he started to show the interest, and it only lasted. It was I would say it was like on and off for like 4.5 months.
That's not long, but like in the moment, that's long as hell.
Hmm.
Ugh. I feel like I kind of had that too, where you're just like chasing because you want it, and then you feel like, hey, maybe this other person doesn't want this. So
Yeah,
it's hard
and
to
like I don't
know when
want
to
to work
let
for
go.
nothing. Yeah, I don't want to look like an idiot.
Traumatizing.
And he
Traumatizing.
broke my heart, so it's fine.
It's fine. We can kill him. Murder on my mind. You know the vibes. Or we can just get a potion and go back in time and do it all over again, but worse.
Yeah. I mean, if I had the potion to go back in time, I don't think I would go for him. I don't think I would have pursued it as hard as I did,
Do
to
you
be
think you
honest.
gained anything from that though?
From like being with him?
from pursuing him? Like, what if you went back in time and you didn't do it, and then like your life turned out worse? That type of thing.
I think I did gain something because now everybody in this small town of Winter Springs knows who I am because everybody knows what
Oof.
happened with us. So I made a name for myself.
I mean, so you got fame out of it. I feel like that's a win-win, a win
Well, because
lose.
everybody like everyone knows me and I know everybody. And like not going to school because I live in a really small town. Everybody knows each other. Everybody went to school with each other. Everybody grew up with each other. So me coming here I moved here when I was 18. So me coming here at 18 years old, didn't go to high school with anybody. All I had was Publix, like my Publix friends. So, it wasn't a bad thing being with him because now, I'm more.
Wouldn't it have? Is it not like slightly different, like going to college? Like, is it like the same group of people? Did they all go to the same college from like high school and stuff?
For the most part, everybody who went to Winter, because the high school here is Winter, it's like Winter Springs and Novito. Um, Everybody who went to Winter Springs for the most part is at either like Florida State, which is like not in this area, or UCF, which is where I go. Everyone goes to UCF.
And is college fun?
I hate college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
I mean, I hated it too. Obviously, I dropped out, but it was
But
cool for the beginning.
it's not
I
for
guess.
me. The only fun part is parties, I guess, but
I mean,
that's
we do what we can with what we have.
yeah, exactly.
Do you believe in marriage?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't think for everybody,
Do you think it's for
but
you?
years from now, yes, possibly.
I'm curious to see how you think because you have like, in my eyes, I see the perfect two-family home. You have your mom and your dad. You guys live happily ever after. And the other siblings, we love them, but they're not you, obviously. But it's like
Yeah.
so cute. And then me being me with like my divorced parents. And I'm like, I love marriage, but is it reasonable? I love love. I don't love marriage because I feel like every married couple I've seen, except for your family, gets divorced. It's just like, how is that affecting me? You know?
I mean, you would think it's kind of like right now, I feel like my parents are divorced because my dad doesn't live here.
Yeah, but they still love each other,
Yeah, but it's just
from what
weird.
we know.
Yeah, with our knowledge. Um, yeah, I don't think marriage is for everybody, but I do definitely think like it works out for some people, like obviously like my parents. Um, my cousin and his wife, they just recently got married and I mean they just got married like last year, so it's still fresh, but like it seems to be working out for them. I don't think that you like a couple has to get married.
Hmm.
Like it's just like a piece of paper essentially, like with
It's like more though, like financially and legally, at least in the
yeah.
United States. But
Well, I mean, like my cousin and his wife, the only reason why they got married in a courthouse last year and they didn't tell anybody, like they didn't tell her family.
I love that for them.
Um, and then they had like their actual wedding last month, COVID, which, kind of salty. I didn't go to the wedding. But the only reason why they got married is because she needed health insurance. That's why they got married like early.
Oh, not like why they got married overall though, right?
I mean, no, well, they were engaged. It just
Mm,
sped up the process of
that's
them.
that's a vibe.
Yeah. So
I'm
like I
getting
guess like
married to
if
save my life. I need this health insurance. Period.
yeah, so I guess like if you need like health insurance, it works
But
then. But like I said, I don't think people need to get because like love, like marriage doesn't define love, if that makes sense.
totally, I agree.
I'm sure there's plenty of people out there. There was a customer that came into my store like last week, and he had just gotten married,
Hmm.
and he was picking up like his own wedding cake, and his own wedding cake, and me and my
Ew.
coworker We were like,
This
oh,
wedding cake
like
is from Publix.
Publix bomb cake. Do not, don't come for
I
us.
only like store bought cake from BJ's. And
It's better than BJ's because we were big fans of BJ's when I lived in New York. It's better.
I don't
I
believe
promise.
you. What type of
I
cake
promise.
is it though? Is it like the marble one? Like you never
Everything.
had the marble one from BJ's?
Yeah.
That slaps. That's the best cake.
Publix has everything.
I feel like you're just biased.
I'm
Anyways,
not.
he got his wedding cake from
Okay,
Publix.
so he got his
Gross.
wedding cake. He's like, yeah, I just got married. And he was with his, I don't know if it was if he was married to a if he got married to a man or a woman. He just said, yeah, we've been together for 27 years and we just got married
Oof.
today.
Oof.
And we were just like 27 years. He was like, yeah, like we just didn't see like why we just didn't feel the need to get married.
That's nice. That's a good mutual decision.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's like a lot of people like
I wonder if they were
around.
engaged for like a bunch of those years though. Or do you think it was just like on a whim?
I mean, I could see them being engaged, but I just think one day they were like, let's just get married. 27 years is a long
I
time
would
to
have like, but like for us, I think we would have made like that decision like within 5 to 10 years. 27 years.
27 years.
I can't imagine it. It's just like, what's the point? What are we waiting for at this point? It's
Yeah,
too long.
I'm a very impatient person, so I would have no.
I would have been like, I'm tired. I'm not going nowhere, but still, if you could just like lock me down or something,
If you could just, you know,
if you could just like bedazzle me out, let me be a queen or whatever.
yeah, exactly. Too long.
Too long. I think, but I also don't like when people try to like pressure marriage. You know, like I be seeing couples like on YouTube and stuff, or maybe just Instagram, where they're like together for like 5 years, 5 to 10 years, or sometimes even 2 years, and like they're not worried about marriage, and then there's a whole bunch of people in their comments like, why are you not married yet? Why are you having babies? You're not married. And I just feel like to
Yeah,
each his own, you know?
exactly.
Like it's not that simple. Just because we have a child, that doesn't mean we need to get married. But
Hmm.
I don't like shaming. I hate shaming, which means I should probably like unfollow Shade Room, but I'm not.
No, don't do that. Why would you do that?
I don't know. I've been thinking about it. Do you follow Shade Room?
I do.
It's so messy. It's so messy.
It's just like entertainment.
But it's also news because I don't watch TV anymore. So I feel like where am I gonna get my news from if I'm not on Instagram checking Shade Room?
That's yeah, sometimes like I'll be scrolling on Instagram and I'll see like they put like something and I'll be like, no way.
Like, since when?
Yeah. And I have to go and like Google it and like research more.
For real, because sometimes you can't trust it, or they just don't put enough details, and you're like,
Yeah.
hmm.
But then they're always like they'll cut it off like right before it
At
gets
the end,
juicy.
it'd be like,
It
visit our
says click
website,
the link in the bio.
and
And
it's
I'm like,
like,
no.
it doesn't work like that. Why can't you just give us all the information? You typed this far.
Exactly.
You typed like a
Yeah.
whole paragraph, and for the
And then they
last
cut it off
sentence,
right when it gets good.
and it's
Mm-mm.
like, do I even care at this point?
No.
Probably not. But I see a lot of shaming though in the comments of Shade Room. A lot of baby mama shaming, but
Yeah, people are really negative. I hate
I don't get it. I feel like half of us are products of baby mothers, I guess. Like everyone who's a baby has a mother. So they're baby mothers, whether they're like together or whatnot. You can't decide for people what they're gonna do. Sometimes you just fall out of love, you know?
yeah.
And why should you marry someone just because you should in the society timeline of it? Like, if you're not feeling this person, just because you have a child is a blessing, doesn't mean you should have to stick with them forever. They can
Yeah.
still have both parents without having a relationship. But I do think that affects children a lot. I think it affects me because I've never seen like a cohesive couple growing up. I don't want marriage. I mean, now that I'm in a relationship for myself and I've experienced relationships, I feel like I do want to be married one day. But I used to tell people all the time, you know what, I don't think I want to be married. And if I'm dating in the future, I want to have a baby from each person so I can hold on to them forever. I mean, that's a little creepy, but I used to think like that. And I'm like, ooh, like what if I date like 15 people and then I decide to have 15 babies just so I can keep these people in my life forever? You know how creepy that is? It's not a bad plan though. What if things don't work out? I might have to go back to that plan
I mean, it's a good plan.
when you don't
It's
want to
just
let
gonna take all the
go.
work.
I mean, but imagine 15 babies means almost 15 years without a period.
That's true.
So is it worth it? I think so. I mean,
Yeah, I would say so.
your plan is only canceled if you're infertile, you know? So go for it. Go for it. If anybody out there is trying to keep a guy, even when you're not with them, have their baby. Advice, legal advice. You can ask a
Yeah.
lawyer. Let me think of my second question. Anything else you wanna fill in? That was not my second question. I was speaking like for 800 minutes.
No, I think you hit all the points. I agree.
Okay, this is something that I think is really important. Do you think time equals depth or content? Like with any relationship, friendships, or family? Like when people say, oh, I've known this person longer, so I'm gonna go with them. Do you believe in that?
No,
I agree.
I
Same
don't think
girl.
so because with my friendships right now, there's a lot going on. Um,
Oopty.
one of my, huh?
I said oopty.
Yeah. Um, this girl that I've been friends with since I moved down here. Um, we'll call her Crystal.
Is that like your
Um,
inside joke? You could just send
huh?
her a letter.
I don't know if she's gonna see this.
Oh, you're right. You're right, Crystal. Let's
So,
learn about your backstory.
so I met her through um a different friend, and we've been friends since I moved down here, and we got really close. Like we were like best friends. We did everything together. And then she recently, within the past year, started dating this guy. So we kind of drifted apart and we started doing like our own thing. And I started to, hang out and mingle with a different crowd of people. We all work at Publix. Everyone works at
So
Publix.
then, what if someone from Publix watches? Then everybody's gonna know. You should have switched it to New York. Okay, let's rewind. I'll edit this out.
No, it's fine. Whatever. You know what? I don't care. It's fine. It's fine.
It's
So I
fine.
started
I
hanging
hope
out
they
with
do watch it because this is a podcast for young people. Promote it.
exactly. But no, so I started hanging out with like other people because she has her relationship and she's having fun. Happy for her, live your life, be with him, do you. I'm gonna do me. So I'm
Period.
hanging out with more people and I got really close with two people in particular, like very, very quickly, like over the past like 7 months, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Got really close. And this one friend like wasn't happy about it. And she basically one day said, like we've been friends for a long time. Basically, in a nutshell, we've been friends for a long time, so you should be choosing me over these friends that haven't been there for you since day one.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really like that. Quality over quantity.
Period. Because things change over time.
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate when people expect things to change over time. I mean, not to change over time. So, I have, I feel like I had a decent amount of friends in high school, but as the years went by, my friend group started to change. I got different friend groups, and then the original friend group started to like fade away in my life. But
Mhm.
that's because the original friend group started to drift off like as I got older, and like when you have a different schedule, you're not going to be seeing the same people every day. So things
Yeah.
change, and then even after high school, I would consider those like my original friends who I'm close to, but not as close to the friends I have now. So whenever I mention my other friends, it gets a little weird, you know? Because they feel like they have more precedence over me. I probably didn't use that word right, but they feel like they're obligated to my time more, and it's not that they're not. It's just like we're on two different stages of life. We don't talk as often, so sometimes
Yeah.
it's hard to connect to them just because we've changed as people, and I feel like sometimes they want me to still be the same person I was at 14. And it's just like that's impossible. Like we're 20 now. So you either
Yeah.
gotta grow with me or go away from me. But I feel
Here.
like we've been growing together. Things have been changing. It's a lot better than like how messy it was in the beginning once I started like meeting new people. But I definitely think people should remember that just because you've known someone for a long time, it doesn't mean that you know them the best.
Hmm.
Because you could see someone like once every week for like 5 years, but that doesn't mean you're having real conversations with them, getting to know them. So, do you really know them that well? It's
Yeah.
really weird. I think it's important that people remember, like you said, quality over quantity, because it gets messy. Have you ever
Yeah.
lost a friend and it just like kind of changed your whole perspective on friendship?
Yeah. Last year, and I'm gonna say her name because I don't care. We were friends with this
Ooh,
girl. Her name
messy
was Amanda.
boots. Her name is Banana.
No, Amanda. It was Amanda.
I thought you said her name was Bonanza or Banana. I'm like, what's happening?
Banana. Banana. Yeah, I was friends with this girl, Banana. And she was not a good friend. She was very
Controlling.
messy. We were only friends with her for like 4 or 5 months, like our friend group. And then we just kind of started to see like her true colors and all that. And there was one day, it was the 4th of July, 2019, last
A
year.
holiday. Imagine
Yeah, that was
losing a
like,
friend on a holiday when you're trying to
yeah,
party.
that was the end of our friendship. There was a lot that like went wrong in like the time that we were friends with her. And then towards like the ends, it started to get to a point where we were like, okay, we can't have this girl in our lives
Hmm.
because she is just too toxic and too negative, and we're not that's not our vibe right now. And then we just kind of
That should never be your vibe. Toxic and
mm-mm.
negativity. That's not a
Yeah,
vibe.
it was really bad. So we kind of just we all cut her off, and we haven't spoken to her since.
Do you think it was you? Like, do you attract those type of people, toxic and negative people?
I think she just got because when she was growing up, she never had a stable group of friends because of the way she was, because she was just always like, she just never got along with anybody because she was so toxic. So I think I'm too nice of a person,
I think you're too nice too.
and I'm too accepting. So yes, maybe I do attract toxic and negative people just because of the way, because I'm just
I mean,
I don't
that's
love
kind of not
everybody.
your fault too. Like, I think it's good that you're a nice and accepting person, but also there are people who are gonna take advantage of that. So it's
Mhm.
not really your fault. It's kind of like just people suck, and it's hard to
Yeah.
identify when they're gonna suck. So I don't think that's your fault completely. Completely. Like,
Yeah, no, I just can't be too I need to put my foot down every once in a while, and I can't be a doormat.
but that's what I'm here for. Whenever you text me something like that, I'm like, step on them like a roach. It's
But
time to
do I
go to
listen
the
to you?
dentist. You don't all the
I don't, that's the
time.
issue.
I think you think about the things that I say, but you don't actually do them. You're like, maybe I should listen to Kyrie today, or not, or maybe just say thank you for your input and then ignore it.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
I think it's a personal choice though. You don't have to listen to the things I say. I think it's good that
I feel
you
like I should
know
though.
other
I'm not sure I would be
opinions.
able to listen to you.
Um, I don't know. I think you would have had like four boyfriends by now.
Yeah, I know, but instead I'm still stuck on the same person, but it's
It's
okay.
not a big deal because you're only 20. You have
But it's
time.
been a year.
What?
It's been a year.
I mean, I think you should take my advice for this time. So, if anyone in the comments has advice for how to get a boy or get a woman, put that down below. Give us your input. I personally think if you want something, you should just go for it. And if it doesn't work out, at least you tried. Get over it.
Fear of rejection, that's the problem.
But I don't get it. A life is rejection. Like, what if you didn't get into college? Were you still gonna move to Florida? What would you
Yeah,
have done? But like, what would you be doing?
I don't know.
But now you're scared about a decision that could have happened 2 years ago. Look at you thinking, what would I have done? Like, rejection is common. I feel like you need to fail to succeed. So I would just go for it. And I feel like the more you like titter tatter, you're kind of wasting your time. Oop, it froze.
Yeah, I guess. But then
I mean, I personally say go for it. Just wing it in the moment. Be like, hey, you want to go somewhere? You want to hang out? How you feeling this week?
I feel so weird.
And then it's whatever. Because the more you wait, you could be missing a good opportunity. But if you, okay, let's say you decided to ask him out tomorrow, and he was like, yeah, sure, I've been liking you. Then you would have wasted almost a year. You could have been in a happy relationship. And then, what if he says no? Then you have wasted a year of your time. It's better to just get things over with and done.
Yeah, I guess.
Save yourself the heartbreak. Please.
I'll be heartbroken either way.
But no, if he said yes, then you'd be happy. Tears of joy,
Yeah,
not tears of sadness.
no. It'll be we'll never hear the end of it if he says no.
I'll never hear the end of it. I
Yeah,
know that. But
yeah.
that's what friends are for you to complain. So, how do you feel about our discussion on relationships? What have you gained? What have you lost? Did you gain nothing?
Lose anything.
But maybe you've gained a sense of confidence today.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. I feel like I've gained to be nicer and slow down. I go to head over heels with things. I remember I need to be more like you and just plan things out because I tried to make friends not at school because I obviously hated college and I didn't want to talk to anyone. But when I was at work, I would try to talk to everyone there, and then after like a while, I felt like, ooh, am I being pushy?
Hmm.
You know when you feel like you're doing too much. I think that's the worst feeling ever. So sometimes planning it out could be better, but I often felt like, ooh, am I talking too much? Am I doing too much? Am I trying too hard?
Yeah.
And I don't like
I
that
feel
feeling.
that too.
It's crusty.
I get it. But I have to be like I'm a very controlling person. So that's why I plan every detail out because I need to know.
I
I
think
just
a tip would be to plan things out short term instead of long term. Like
I mean, I'm getting better with not planning long term,
like on a
I think.
weekly basis. Like maybe text him today. Maybe call my friend today. Or maybe say hi to my dad who's in another state today. Things like that. I mean, you probably talk to
Yeah.
him all the time. I wonder how he's doing. He should just call me. I could be all his children at once. I can start playing the drums or singing. I can be an Instagram baddie like Alyssa, and then I could be you worrying all the time. I can be all of them at once. He should just call me if he's missing his family. I just can't be his
Yeah.
wife.
Give him a call.
Give him a call. I want to
Yeah.
work at the post office too. I've
Don't
been.
do it. It's a
Why is it a trap?
Because I haven't lived with my dad in 2 years. It's a trap.
Well then maybe that's a sign you guys didn't need to go to Florida. Maybe it's your fault, not his.
But look at me, I'm thriving. It
Thriving? You just was talking about a hurricane like the past week.
was a mini
Thriving.
hurricane.
A mini one, as if that makes it better.
It was fine.
It was just a little rain.
Yeah, Publix is still great,
Just a little
making
wind.
money.
Ooh, she got to raise Florida minimum wage. Who? Not her. Period. Promotion. I decided the funnest thing to do is play Would You Rather. So I'm gonna end all my podcasts with one Would You Rather question. How do you feel
Okay.
about that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I looked up relationship Would You Rather's since everything was about relationships. Let me look for the best one. Maybe I'll ask two questions. Okay, I have this. Would you rather your partner go through your phone every single day or your partner live 2 hours away from you?
Go through my phone every day because I have nothing to hide.
Period. Positivity, and that's called trust. If
A
you
relationship is nothing without trust.
period. There are too many people I see posts talking about, "Ooh, I hope my boyfriend go through my phone and see my hoes." I feel like if you have hoes, then is that your boyfriend?
No, it's not.
Like, what are you
If you have
doing?
nothing to hide, if I have nothing to hide, you want to go through, it's just me sending people random TikToks.
TikTok.
That's all. I love TikTok.
I refuse to download it. I didn't let quarantine get me. Ooh, I have a great question. Oh, this is a
Okay.
good one. Is it? It's a fun one. Would you rather have your partner pee on you every time you shower together, or share one toothbrush with your partner? I say toothbrush.
I would go toothbrush. Yeah,
Pee
I
on
would go.
me in the shower.
I would say toothbrush.
Pee. I mean, wait. Actually, maybe the pee, cause you're in the shower. It's gonna rinse right off.
That's disgusting. No.
But you don't they say like I've seen that episode of Friends. I've seen every episode of Friends when Monica gets stung by the jellyfish, or Ross, and then one of the friends has to pee on her. It
But
looks
but
you get to
so if you're in
shower.
the shower, are they peeing on you because you got stung by a jellyfish, or are they just peeing on you for fun?
But why does it matter? Because at the end of the day, you're still gonna end up with pee on you, and you'll already be in the shower, so it'll wash right off.
I would say
I
toothbrush.
think
I just don't.
I'm switching my answer to pee. I'm switching my answer to pee. It makes more sense. You're in the shower already. So as soon as they pee on you, it's gonna wash off. Brushing your
That's
teeth.
true. I guess that's true.
I think honestly, I think both of them are not that bad. Because if you're kissing somebody, you're basically
That's
brushing
why
them.
I picked toothbrush because if you're making out with them,
Nah, I'm gonna still go with pee. I'm gonna go with pee. Because toothbrush, it's not like you get a new toothbrush every day. You
that's
A
true.
toothbrush is like a month, maybe more. It's like 3 months. What does it say on the package? It'd be like switch your toothbrush
It's like
every three
3 months.
months. So imagine scraping, using the same bacteria toothbrush for 3 months with someone else. Like even though you're gonna kiss
Yeah.
them,
Okay. I guess I'll switch my answer. That makes
pee
sense.
pee, pee pee
Ye-
wins.
yeah.
Clap your hands for pee pee. Pee pee wins. So I just want to say thank you, Cerina, for being the first guest. I mean, technically the first guest on my podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Woo, this was fun. Via satellite, Florida to New York. Woo-hoo. So, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Bye bye.